We are live in the tribe. Oh my goodness, I don't have my microphone on. Hello, hello. No, we're not live in the tribe. I'm sorry. We're live in Acrylic 101 Facebook group. Hi, everyone. This is Jen with Jen's Den Art, and here is Michael.
Here I am.
Michael is here, and we are here today to paint some more with all of you and talk about lots of good things happening today. I'm going to put my microphone on right here so you can hear me all right. Come on in, say hi.
3 people so far.
All right. Hello, Cindy. Cindy has made it today.
And so is Dawn.
Hello, hello, everyone. Let me clear my space here. I have something to tell y'all. Okay, so ever since I retired as a teacher, I have not set an alarm. I just sleep till I wake up. And it's the most wonderful experience. I think it's my favorite thing about being like not having to set an alarm, not having to go to work outside of my home. Okay. And since I own my own business, I make my own hours now. So I say all that because this morning, Michael was, he gets up at 4 because he starts work at 5 at home. He has a job where he has to start work at 5. He is a, what do you call it?
I am a clinical crisis responder.
A clinical crisis responder for the crisis hotline, the suicide prevention hotline. And so he takes phone calls all day. Anyway, to make a long story short, I heard him getting up and he woke me up and I could tell he was flustered. And I was like, Michael, what is wrong? And he said, my alarm didn't go off. It's 4:42 or something like that. Well, he starts work at 5. Well, all he has to do is walk down the hallway to his office and log in. But normally he takes the dogs out, he feeds them, he makes the coffee, he does all those kind of things. And so I got up with him to help him do all of his stuff because he was running so late. So I made the coffee and fed the dogs. Anyway, I've been up since 4:42, 4:45 this morning.
Ooh.
And I'm exhausted. Because normally I get up at like about 8, sometimes 7, sometimes 9. It just depends on what's going on. So I'm just like, we need coffee today because I did not go back to bed. Hello from Illinois.
Is today Thirsty Thursday?
It
is.
Thursday. We're having coffee. Last night was Wine Wednesday. Today is Thirsty Thursday, but it's a coffee kind of day, right? So let me take a sip of my coffee while we get started. And I do not have to rush off today. So I'm not on a schedule. I don't have another live to do after this one at 6 o'clock. So we can take our time today and chat and have a good time.
You did. And you had to do all my jobs, by the way. Candy pointed that out. Candy took the dogs out. She made the coffee.
I did all those kind of things. And then I sat in bed with my laptop on my lap for like 2 hours in the bed drinking my coffee. What a life, huh? What a life. We are blessed. So anyway, I forgot what else I was gonna say. I was gonna say something else because I read a comment, but I forgot what it was. I don't remember what it was. So let's talk about day 5 and let's talk about what we're gonna do and what we've been doing. And I want to take a moment to let you know that I have picked one winner so far for a gift. And the gift is a $20 gift card. It's actually going to be an e-gift card. And basically, I'm going to just type in your email. Miss Linda Abear is our winner. And
Linda.
Excuse me, Miss Linda. I have your email address. I'm going to send you an e-gift card to Blick.com for $20, and you get to spend it on whatever you want that Blick Art Supplies has. So I chose the winner basically by, I have a list that Facebook gives me when I'm an owner and I'm an admin to a group. I have a list that Facebook gives me of the top 50 people in the group that have been like active, that have been contributors over the last 28 days. So I go to that group and I can see all of these names, and I just pick a hat. I pick out of a hat like a number, and then I just count down, you know, whichever person that is on there. So it's basically just kind of like drawing out of a hat the top 50 contributors to the group. Okay, you can be a commenter, you can be a person who likes the comments, you can be a person who likes to post things. Whatever it is, the more contributions you make to the group, the more have y'all noticed like you get points in the group for contributions? I don't know if y'all noticed that, but that's a new Facebook tool, and I love it because you can see like how active everybody is. So Miss Linda Abear won a $20 gift card, and the next prize, I'm going to show y'all what it's going to be.
Oh,
this is actually going to be a physical prize.
What do we have to mail to you?
This is going to be something that I mail to y'all. It's a travel acrylic art set. Okay, it's a 20-piece travel acrylic art set. It comes in a little box. I still have the price tag on it.
Nice wooden box.
Yeah, it's a really nice wooden box. And along with that, I am going to add a travel water holder. And this is super cool. I love these. I really love them. And we travel a lot, and I use them on airplanes. I use them in the cars. I use them all the time. So it's just a plastic cup, but it's like really hard. It's really good. But when you open it up, look, it's like it's got like an indention, and you unscrew this, it comes off, you fill it up with water, and then you put water in it, and it holds the water in, and it doesn't spill all over the place. So it's super, super cool. So this is like a little travel set. That's going to be our next giveaway. So I'm going to pull for that today. This comes with 12 acrylic paints, a palette knife, 3 paint brushes, a sketch pencil, an eraser, a sharpener, and the pretty wood box.
And it's all from Master Touch.
And it's from Master's Touch, which is a Hobby Lobby product. So there we go. That's what's happening today. All right, so today is day 5. I know on the schedule it said that we were going to do more values, which we will, but we're also going to do something else. We're going to talk about composition. Okay, I did not put that on the schedule. We're going to talk about composition and values today. And the first thing we're going to talk about is composition. And we're going to start again like we did last time. We're going to take about 20 to 30 minutes to actually learn something in depth. And then the last 20 to 30 minutes, we are going to take some of the things that I've been teaching you, and we're going to apply it to a little mini painting. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. And tomorrow is what I have on the schedule for our barn painting. We're going to start working on a barn painting, and we're going to take all of the different things that I've taught you, and we're going to put it all together, and we're going to start working on our 8x10 painting that we're going to create before this is over.
And that's a multi-day painting, correct?
It is going to be a multi-day painting because we're going to sketch it, and then we're going to block it in, and then we're going to refine it, and then we're going to finish it up. So we're going to take our time on it and make it a really beautiful painting. We're not going to rush it. Okay, so that is the plan. Oh, Miss Pat, it's so hot here as well. I went to the grocery store today. My car said 91 degrees. So, okay. So let's talk about composition. We're going to talk about that first. And I'm just going to basically just draw a couple of things out with y'all. Let me make my face smaller so y'all can't see all the wrinkles on my face. Well, that didn't help, did it? All right, that's better. Okay. All right. So let me move that so I don't mess it up. All right, so the first thing I want to do is I want to talk to you about composition. And composition is really, really important in photography and in artwork. Okay, so when basically it helps make your painting like more harmonious, more pleasing to the eye. And I'm going to show you some examples of some things that you're going to understand. When I show you those examples, you're going to be like, oh yeah, I see it. I see it. Okay. So the main thing I'm going to talk about is the rule of thirds. I am going to draw.
I remember this, and this is a great lesson.
Yeah. I'm going to draw. I'm going to write up here the rule of thirds. Okay. I am going to draw just a basic, kind of like a rectangle or a square. Okay. And I'm going to break this. I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm not going to take my ruler out and measure it. But if I were working on a really big canvas, I would actually take a ruler out and measure it. But I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm going to break this up into thirds. And then I'm also going to break it up into thirds this way as well. Okay. And how many of you have heard of the rule of thirds before? Maybe in school, maybe in your art class, or maybe you took a photography class, or maybe you worked on the school newspaper and you had to take pictures for the newspaper or something.
I don't see any hands raised. Oh, yeah.
Okay, Dee says yes. Cindy says yes for me before. Yes. But, so if you've been a member of my group, you've heard of the rule of thirds. We use it a lot in our paintings. The golden section is another one. Yep, that's right. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess you can also call it the golden section is what you're saying. Yes. Okay, good. All right, so good. So I'm going to just explain this really briefly. For those of you who have heard, just sit back and hear it again. And if you have some input that you'd like to give, I'm more than happy to take the input. So there's a few things that are really important in the composition of your piece when you are trying to design or trying to find a reference photo that would work well. Or maybe we're going to talk about that some more. Even if the photograph is not how you want it, you can kind of manipulate the photograph to look more like what you want it to be for the composition to be better. And so these are the things we look at. I'm going to start just by drawing these lines out right here. We look at the horizon, like let's say you're working on a landscape, okay? We look at the horizon, and if you were, I'm going to try to do this the best I can. If, when you first start learning to draw as a child and all that kind of stuff, most people just put their horizon like right in the middle, and then they draw the house right in the middle, and then they have like a tree right here or something like that, okay? And so that is not the most pleasing way to present a painting or a drawing or take a photograph, because it's not the most harmonious or beautiful way to have a person view the subject. Okay. It's just something about the eyes. I don't know the whole, psychology behind it or the brain work behind it. But the rule is that you want to put your horizon either a third of the way up or a third of the way down. Okay. So maybe you're working on, maybe a sunrise or a sunset, okay? And so maybe one way you want to do it is you're going to put the sun like back here. Well, let me go even further. not only am I going to have, maybe this is like an ocean, okay, and this is the edge of the water, okay, so this is the edge of the water right here, and then maybe maybe you're on the beach and there's an umbrella or something like that. So the horizon of the water line is not directly in the middle of your painting, okay? It could either be a third of the way up or a third of the way down. That's much better. It's much more pleasing to the eye. Also, not only that, but another component of this rule of thirds is the intersection of these thirds. Okay, right here where these dots are. Okay, those are the best positions for you to put the subject matter that you are working on. Okay, those are the best positions for you to put the subject matter. So let's say you're doing, which we're doing in this 101, let's say you're working on a barn painting in a landscape field or something. You know, it's like a landscape with a barn. Okay, so I want to show you something, and I'm going to show you some examples of good composition. Okay, some examples of good composition. And here is probably one of my favorites right here. Okay, not only is blue my favorite color, but the whole Montana feel about it is just absolutely gorgeous. So this is an example I just pulled off of the internet. I don't know who painted it. It is not my painting. Okay, but I just pulled the painting off of the internet to show you how this painting really works very well and is very pleasing to the eye, because look at the placement of the barn. Look where the rule of thirds is. Look at the placement of the horizon as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look at where, well, your horizon is the separation between the ground and the sky. Huh. So see how it just works. It just works really, really good. Does everybody see that? Okay, here's another example here. Now, this is not a painting. This is just a photograph. But here's another one that, again, uses those rule of thirds. Look where the sun is and look where the horizon is. Now, they used a different intersection, of course. And not only did they focus where they wanted the sun to be in the photograph, but they also had the opportunity to use another intersection with that beautiful tree to the right. So it makes for a beautiful, beautiful photo.
Wow.
And while I take a sip of my coffee. Okay, here's one that I really like, because we're all about country atmospheres and all that kind of stuff. I really like this one, even though there's no big major subject. Well, I guess you could say that tree to the top right is a major subject. But I see, where do your eyes go when you look at this photo? Michael, I think you can answer this because you're always good at this.
What?
Where do your eyes go when you look at this photo?
Oh, I don't know. At first it's the tree, then it's the mountain, and then it's the sky on the left. So.
Okay. Anybody else?
Oh, that means the teacher said your answer was wrong. And
all right. Okay, so Rhoda says to the end of the track. All right. Somebody else says the sky. Monica says up the road. All right. Paula says into the trees. My eyes go to the trail. Okay. So your eyes, pretty much wherever your eyes end up going, and the part that you see when you first look at this, that's where you want the rule of thirds to be. And me personally, when I look at this photo, I'm looking at the end of the road where I can't see anymore, because that's what makes me that's what makes me feel good about this photo is, oh, I wonder where that road is going. Oh, yeah. You know? So, but the tree is beautiful as well. So
if you'd have given me some time, I would have examined the photo.
Okay. So, Michael,
give me another chance.
Here's another chance. Look at this photo here. where do your eyes first go when you start observing this photo?
The very background woods.
Really?
Oh yeah, because I would set up around where that creek is.
Oh, he's talking about he's going hunting for the deer.
Yeah. But well, you know me. I love photos that allow me to go someplace.
Mm-hmm.
And so I try to look at where I could go.
Mm-hmm. So again, most of us, our eyes are probably going to that house or that church, whatever it is. I'm not sure if it's a chapel or a house. I think it's a house. But isn't it a beautiful photo? It's just absolutely gorgeous. The house is placed in an area that is in one of those intersection points. So our main subject ends up being in one of those intersection points. And not only that, you can see, this one doesn't have a horizon that goes straight horizontally. But look at that tree that's hanging over and just makes that, isn't it gorgeous? It just really works well. So if you, if you're ever looking at artwork in a gallery or anything like that, maybe you can take a moment now, if you've never understood that or looked at that before, and you can really, spend some time appreciating those types of photographs or paintings that actually have that type of feel. Okay. And there's another, I don't really know what it's called. I'm just going to call it the S curve. Okay. Stella, no, don't do that. Okay. There's another one that's pretty common that I do try to use when I'm working on some of my landscapes, is the S curve. So maybe there is a river that runs through, and here's my mountain range up here, and there's a river, and there's maybe a tree right here or something. Okay, so I'm paying attention to my thirds. All right, I'm paying attention to my thirds. I have my horizon up here. I have my tree over here. But an additional component that you will see that a lot of artists will use is if there's any kind of road or hills or streams or lakes or anything like that, you're going to see them add in their design a curviness that happens in their pieces. And let me see if I pulled any. I don't think I pulled any that had the S curve used in it. Here's another painting I pulled, but this is just the thirds rule there. You can kind of see a little bit of the S happening. You see where some of the lights are, and then the darks, that kind of shapes the S out some. So you can tell by the values of the painting that there is a little bit of an S happening there.
Well, let me ask you a question. Someone said, what about a vase or a vase with flowers?
Yeah, so if you were, great question. Who asked that?
Patricia.
Okay, so if you were painting, this would be my suggestion, and this is what you're going to see most of the time. You're going to see this. You're going to see a tabletop, and then you're going to see a vase, and then you're going to see the flowers, okay, like this, all right? This is how not to do it, because my tabletop is right in the middle. Okay, it kind of looks like a cupcake. I didn't mean for it to look like a cupcake, but so that's what we would not want to do. Something that you would do would be, all right, my tabletop is going to be about a third of the way down, and then my vase is going to be maybe over here on the side. Okay, I'm just sketching this really fast. And then your flowers, I think I even did one like this in our tribe before. I wanted to make sure that that's one of my thirds right there. So I put my vase over here. But what I wanted to make sure I did was I had a really big, vibrant flower right here, because that's going to pull my eyes over to that. And then I'm going to have all my other flowers in here like that. So there's my tabletop right there. And then there's the rest. Does that make sense? That's
It does
just
to me.
a quick sketch like that. Okay. But yeah, good example of a bowl full of cupcakes. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, great info. Thank you, Sammy. I'm glad you like that. So that is something that, you know, if you're trying to design something, I'm going to show you a piece that I'm going to have a pop-up paint party for in the last week of June. I have not started taking registrations for it yet, but this is a piece that I painted.
Make sure you tell them what a pop-up paint party is.
Huh?
Make sure you tell them what a pop-up paint party is.
Okay. This is a piece that I painted that follows the rule of thirds. Okay. Hopefully you can see everything that I have done in this painting is pretty much on point with what I was talking about. So it's actually one of my most favorite pieces. And the more I study all of the composition rules, the more I realize why I like this painting so much. Because I have painted a lot of paintings in my life where I did not use the rule of composition at all. And there are some paintings that you're not going to use the rule of composition, okay? It's just not important for that time. Like, I know in my tribe group, there's a lot of times that we didn't use the rule for composition, like the rule of thirds, because that wasn't the focus. The focus was we wanted to paint, like, give me that painting right there, baby.
Hey.
Not that one.
Oh.
But that one's a good one too. Yeah, give me that one.
Okay. Which one would you want?
That little girl
Oh.
over there. And this one.
Okay.
Okay, see, like this one, there's no rule of thirds in this painting. Maybe the bouquet of flowers, maybe, but you know, not all paintings are gonna have that. But I do want you to look at this. Which one of these do you think is more of a fine art piece? And which one do you think is just like a paint and sip party? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense to y'all. Does it? And my focus, y'all, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've only been painting for 6.5 years, 7 years. Here you go, baby.
I got a couple of
And give me that other painting back there too.
Holy moly, where are we at?
That one.
This one?
I want to become a fine artist. That is my ultimate dream. I want to be able to sell my artwork in galleries that I can make $1,200-$1,500 for a painting. That's my ultimate dream. So all of this that I'm doing is not only helping all of you, but it's helping me as well, because I feel like I will never learn everything there is about painting because there's so much to learn. You'll never stop learning. You'll never, ever stop learning.
So 2 comments. May I give them to you?
Yes.
Mary Ann said, as you told me long ago, make sure your coffee cup doesn't fall off your table. That was very important to her. And then also, Paula says, do you think the great painters from the Renaissance era thought about these rules of thirds?
I don't know.
Well, I did see a painting the other day by Monet, and not that I am a art guru, because I'm not. I just thought, oh, that's cool. I thought about the rule of thirds. And he had the main characters on the left, and they started from the third part of the horizon from the bottom, and then he had a door behind the main characters, and then on the right side it was a little vacant. So your eyes were drawn to the left, and the characters were on the bottom half of that third.
Oh, wow.
So
Well, that's
I'm going to find that
good
picture.
to know.
I'm going to find it.
Okay, so here's one where I'm still in the works, okay? But I kind of used the rule of thirds without even realizing I was doing it. Look where the tabletop is. The tabletop is kind of like a third of the way down, okay? Look where, these are signs. They're going to have something written on the signs, hand lettered on the signs. The signs up here or kind of like a third of the way on each side right there. So I don't know if y'all can see this one that well, but here's one that I was working on a few months ago. This is not a tri painting. This is just something that I was working on myself, and I do not like it at all. I do not like it. I do not like it. I do not like it. And do you have a feeling why I don't like it? Think about it. Now with what we've talked about. Oh, really? Yeah, that does work. Yeah. Now with what we've talked about, what do you see here that could be adjusted? What do you see here that could be adjusted to make this a much more pleasing painting? You can see that I have like a little stream going through here. Okay, and this is just something that I just pulled out of my head. I didn't have any reference photo or anything. You can see the stream, which I really like. Okay, so let's see. The horizon is too high. Go ahead, D. You're really gonna love this.
Rhoda said it too. Rhoda
Too much sky. Now, not necessarily too much sky, because you can look at this two different ways. Somebody said too much sky. I could have brought the horizon all the way up here and then had little sky and a lot of land. Or I could do it the other way around. I could bring the horizon down more and have a whole lot of sky and a little bit of land. Both of those work. It just depends on what you want to be the main part of your painting. No focal point. That is exactly right. Okay, and yes, the sky, Paula says the sky could be more interesting. Not only that, shouldn't I put like some clouds in the rule of thirds? I should put something really interesting right here, like make like a really dark cloud, or something that really stands out right here or right here, instead of everything being so much the same. You know what I'm saying? The clouds look great though, Cindy said. Thank you, but they're just too even everywhere, So absolutely, there's a lot of work that I have to do to this piece, and I know it. I'll tell you this, after I painted it, I hung it on the wall and I was like, there's something not right about it. I don't like it. There's something that doesn't make me happy about it. I need to fix it. And the main thing that I noticed was my land goes too high. I wanted to bring my land down. And the next thing that I noticed after thinking about my thirds and my composition and everything, I said, you know what? I need more of a focal point in my sky. And maybe a tree right here, maybe like just a little tree right there or something, so yeah.
Anne Marie says, when you finish it, let us look at it.
Okay. I have a lot of pieces like that. Like if you see this cow up here, which is what we're painting next week in the tribe, or something similar to it, there's really not that much composition in this one. There is a lot of lights and dark values in it. And I did make sure that I moved him over a little bit to the left, so he's not directly in the center. Okay. And I did make sure that I had some dark colors kind of in this area right here, so. And then you see right here, I have a lot of light colors. I don't know, maybe I did use the composition rule and I didn't even realize I was. I think after you use it for a while, you start just kind of, it just becomes natural, So yeah. So I hope that has taught you something today. Cindy says she's OCD, having trouble with stuff not centered. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Just try it.
There's a pill for that, Cindy. There's a pill for that. Get with me later. I'll tell you.
All right. So
Paint time. Is it paint time?
So I am going to talk to you just a little bit more about these two paintings that we have done so far. And I'm sure you can see some of the composition here. The main thing that I love, and this is just a photo that I personally took, okay? So even when you're going out now and you're taking photos with your cell phone, think about those kind of things when you're trying to get. There's one that I wanted to show y'all because we went to, look at this one right here. We went to this place. This looks like Peggy's Cove. I'm not sure if it is or not. But I wanted to show y'all this photo that I picked off of the internet because we went on our Creative Escape cruise, and we got to see, we went to Canada and to Maine, all in the northeast area, Nova Scotia, and we saw a lot of lighthouses. We got to view and see a lot of lighthouses, and so everybody was sharing their photos of all of the different lighthouses. And I just wanted to show you this picture because I knew that some of y'all would be able to relate to that came on the cruise with us. So, all right. So this one here really has not, it doesn't have that much composition except the fact that the yellow flowers are in the bottom third of the painting. And this one here, I would say this little cluster of trees is in the top third of the painting. So that's kind of what I would say. And then your horizon with the mountains is about a third of the way up. All right. So those are just some interesting things that I thought you would like to know.
We're going to do another cruise, by the way.
Oh, yeah, they want to do another cruise?
Michael wants to do another cruise.
That was awesome.
Okay, so now what we are doing today, this is like, we're kind of like, let's take a pause, let's take a breath, and let's just relax for a minute because I'm changing gears, and I don't want you to get confused about what I'm going to talk about now. So we're done talking about composition. We understand it. We got it. But I also want to talk to you today about our values again, and our darks and our lights. Okay, so that's another component of what we're going to talk about today. And what we're going to do is we're going to practice some of those things that we've been learning. We're going to do another mini painting today. And today, let me show you what I chose today. This one's going to be a challenge. It's not really that much of a challenge. What do y'all think? We're going to paint a pair of pears. We are going to paint a pair of pears. Now, this is a photograph that I grabbed. I'm laughing because Michael went grab himself some more. I made a shrimp and corn soup. We had a friend gift us like about 100 ears of fresh sweet corn yesterday. And so, you know, when you get fresh sweet corn, for those of y'all who know anything about processing that and all, you have to fool with that pretty soon after you get it. Okay, so you have to put them up and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make a shrimp and corn soup. So I started that this morning, and Michael claims, I know I'm getting a little off subject, I'm sorry, but we like to chat. Michael claims that he does not like corn. So we've never eaten corn for any meals. He just doesn't like corn. That's what he's always told me. So I was like, okay, but I'm making this shrimp and corn soup. Maybe you can eat something else. So he tried it, and he's like, he's doing this like I'm talking too much. He tried it, and he's like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing I've ever eaten. So he likes corn now.
I love it.
So he's eating some right now. He went grabbing some more. All right. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to take this photo, and I'm going to put it on the top right of my page up here. And I'm going to move this out the way. And we are going to sketch these two pairs out. And I'm going to use the rule of thirds. I'm going to start my table about right here. Okay, I'm going to start my table about right here. And just going to sketch out. I'm looking at a teeny photo up there in the corner, so. It does not have to be perfect. But I do want to make sure you understand this. This is something that I see in a lot of beginning artists when they are drawing their pieces onto their, okay, well that's good. I'm just going to go with that. When they are drawing their pieces onto their platform or whatever it is they're drawing it on. Here's something that I've noticed that some of my members have done in the past, and I'm just going to share this with you really quick. When you're working from a table, like you have a table in the background and you're putting something on the table, if it's a vase or a cup or a fruit or whatever it is, I've seen a lot of beginning artists do this. Let's just pretend it's a vase, okay? And there's flowers up here, okay? So I've seen some people do this, but what happens is it almost looks like the vase is only on half of the table. It's on the edge of the table and it's falling off, okay? So you're gonna wanna make sure that you bring the bottom of your subject that's sitting on the table in order to make it look like it's actually sitting on the table. You're going to want to make sure you bring the bottom of your subject down far enough to where it actually looks like it has a grounded area to sit on. Okay? So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. When you're drawing your pairs, you're going to want to make sure that your table, the edges of your table, are at least high enough for it to look like these pairs are literally sitting on the table. Okay, so when I look at these pairs, here's something that I'm looking at. Now, we're not going to be using all of these blacks that it's showing. We're going to add our own colors to this. But one of the things I want you to notice is before we even start, I'm going to erase this because I already made a boo-boo.
This photo, or is this something that you're teaching them to draw?
This is something that I'm teaching them to draw.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to post it in the Facebook group. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I need to do that. I will definitely do that as soon as I finish this. So the first thing I'm going to ask you is, where is the light coming from in this photo? And I'm hoping that y'all can all see that the light is coming from this direction right here, or maybe just straight like this. All right. So if the light is coming from that direction, then where do you think your shadows are going to be? Just think about when you're standing outside and the sun is shining on you. Where does the shadow of your body end up going? Well, it goes in the opposite direction of where the sun is coming from. Okay, so if the light source is here, then we are going to want to make sure that the bottom of our pairs shows the shadow. It's going to be darker on this side.
Oh, bottom left.
The bottom left, exactly. Okay, and not only that, okay, and you're gonna have a little bit of shadow under your pair as well. Not only that, this area of your pair, and I'm just doing two of them because that was the photo that I chose. This area of your pair is going to be darker because the light source is coming in this way. So this area here is going to be lighter. That's where our lighter colors are going to be. I'm going to bring this down a little bit so you can see where we are. Okay, so This is where your lighter colors are going to be. This is where your darker colors are going to be. Okay. So that's the main focus of our painting today, is to focus on those lights and darks. And then we have some stems. Okay. The same thing with the stems. Our stems are going to be darker on the opposite side of the light source. Which way does that stem go? This stem goes this way. Okay, so this is one of those color studies that a lot of artists use for beginning painters. You probably see a painting of a coffee cup or a painting of an apple or a pear or something like that pretty often for beginning artists, because it's a great color study of lights and darks, and using a large object like that or a single object like that and shining a light on it. Like, you can create your own in your house. You can go find you a pear if you have one in the refrigerator.
Can you post a photo of the pears?
Right
we can
now?
see? Well, I mean, someone asked if you
Yeah.
so see the light
Yeah.
and the shadows and see the actual.
Let me go ahead and I can do that really, really quick if y'all give me like 20 seconds. Let me go do it right now. I'll put it in the group. All right, a pair of pears. Okay, I just posted it. It is there.
Don says, didn't we do the coffee cup the first time we did this a long time ago?
Yes, that is exactly right, Dawn. You've been around for a while, haven't you? And that's why I didn't want to do the coffee cup again, because I was like, I did it last time. So we're gonna do a pear this time. We're gonna use some different colors. So let's get our colors going. Let's get our colors going. I put a little bit of black. I'm gonna put a little bit of white and a little bit of ultramarine blue. And I put all of my colors up a little while ago, so let me grab them again.
So the photo is up there in the top right. It's very dark. I didn't
Yeah,
see it.
it is really dark. So I just added it to the Acrylic 101 group for y'all. A little bit of white, a little bit of yellow. What am I missing? I'm missing some red.
She still has that coffee cup photo.
Oh, really?
And it's still falling off the table.
It's well, it was a learning experience, wasn't it? It was a learning experience. Where is my cadmium red?
How much shrimp and corn bisque is too much to eat?
Just wait until tomorrow, you'll know.
Really? Really?
Well, I don't know. We'll
Corn
see.
makes you go to the bathroom?
I think corn makes you go to the bathroom. We're
my.
gonna find
There's
out.
A lot of corn today.
Where is my cadmium red? Oh, there it is. Oh, baby.
I get it. I get it. Even though my stomach's
It fell off of my table.
corn and shrimp.
He's eaten 3 bowls of it so far. Little bowls. They're not big bowls. They're like little, little mini soup bowls. So, all right, my friends, let's see what y'all can see here. Okay. So, let's talk about our color combination that we are going to use. I am going to use a flat brush, and I'm going to use a fairly large one. Okay. The larger your brush, the more you're going to be loose in your painting. So I'm going to use a fairly large one. This is a number 16. Okay. And we can do it 2 different ways. We can start with our pears and then work our way to the background, or we can do our background first and then do the pears after. But I think I like to do the pears first. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And most of your pears are normally kind of like a lime greenish, right? So in order to make my green, I'm going to use some yellow and blue. And I feel like I need more yellow because that's way too dark. And I'm just going to start blocking in some of this. Now I'm going to take a little bit of red and make just kind of like a brownish color in there.
Man, I hope corn doesn't make my stomach messy.
You know,
Everybody's saying it is.
yeah, it's just, it's one of those vegetable things. Sometimes if you eat too many vegetables, it makes you go to the bathroom a lot. So.
I've only had 3 bowls. So.
Okay, so the first thing I did was I focused on the dark side. And then now I'm going to come to the lighter side. This is going to be fine. If you want to go out and do what you have to do, that's fine. Michael needs to go finish cutting the grass today.
Well, I want to support you.
No, you're good. You can go. And then now I just added some additional yellow to it, and I'm just blocking in the lighter values of the pears. All right. I'm going to try to make my lines a little nicer around those edges. Okay, so right now I have 2 pears that they almost look like avocados. They're so dark. That just basically I split them in half. I have a dark side and a light side. So I'm just going to start with that. I'm not going to do anything super crazy just yet. But we're going to start blending all of this eventually as we go. So we're just going to let that sit for a while. Let's talk about our background and our tabletop. So I am going to pull in some of the information that I've been sharing with all of you. And now I'm going to show y'all my unorganized opportunity here to find my color wheel underneath all of my papers. And let's talk. Let's talk about what do you think would be a good background color for our pears. Okay, so we're kind of in the yellow-green area here. So let's talk about what color you think would be a good background color for us to use. What do y'all think? Let's see if y'all learning anything.
D says the blending, that's my issue.
That comes with practice. That just takes a lot of practice. We're going to go back and blend some, but okay, so I'm seeing that is some good sweet corn.
Pamela said blue.
Blue, okay. Red, reddy purple. Y'all are all correct. Red or yellow, okay. So here's something I want you to take from the color wheel that we talked about yesterday. Your complementary colors are your best colors to put together in a painting. When I like to use complementary colors because I like the pop that it creates. So what I'm saying here is if you look, we're basically working with a green yellow. If you look directly across from the green yellow, that's your complementary color. And it's called red violet, which is a little bit of blue and a little bit of red. Okay. So if we decide that we want a really good contrast with our pears, a good background would be to use something in the reds and blues in that area right here, specifically a red violet. All right. You don't have to use a red violet, but it's definitely a good one. So I am going to make a violet with my red and blue. But I am going to focus on I'm going to focus on making it a lot lighter than what it is here. So I'm going to add a little bit of white to it. And I'm going to start bringing in. My paintbrush might be just a teeny bit too big for what I'm trying to do. Let me see if I can find a little smaller one. Yeah, here we go. You can already see how pretty those colors are working together, right? Baby, you can go. You don't have to
Why do you
stay.
say that?
Well, because I feel like you are ready to go. I don't know.
I want to support you.
You are supporting me, baby.
Okay.
Thank you for being
Well, I'm
here.
afraid if the noise is too much, will you?
Oh, yeah. No, it's going to be fine.
All right.
It's going to be fine.
God bless everyone.
Yeah, Michael's got to go, y'all, before it gets too dark outside. He's got to finish dealing with the grass. So everybody says bye. Thank you, Michael.
Certainly. I'll tell you guys about the adventure of the corn.
Oh, goodness gracious. All right, so I don't want to use just one complete shade of purple, so I'm gonna kind of use a few different shades. So I'm gonna add a little bit more white and a little bit more red in my design as I go, and maybe just a little bit more blue. Just blocking in here, making it as pretty as I can. It's a little bit too much water on my paintbrush. This is the part that I have been waiting for all night long. Is the painting part. It is the most fun of the day. Okay, so if you want a little more opacity to your paint, just add some titanium white to it. And it'll make it, so you remember I had those arrows pointing right here? I wanted to cover that up. So made sure that I used some white in my paints. And I'm gonna focus on, okay, so I'm doing it completely opposite than the photo. Therefore, I need to change my values. And I made a big boo-boo. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Y'all can probably see it already. Look at the background and look at where the lighter parts of the background are because of the way that the light is coming in. Y'all see where the lighter area is? I was doing it totally opposite. I was putting the lights over here. So that is a big mistake on my part, and that's just me not paying attention to what I'm doing and losing my focus. Okay, so let me talk you through what just happened. I need to make this the darker area right here. I need to make this the darker area. Let's get that dark purple back. All right, there we go. So I'm going to come back right here and make this more of the darker area. And I need to make this area more of the light. So I'm adding more white in this area. here. So I really want to focus on basically, now the dogs are going crazy because they want to go outside with Michael. I really want to focus on, I'm gonna talk you through what I really want to have going on here. A little bit more darkness right there. Okay, so I'm really trying to focus on, I'm gonna go a little bit lighter, light to dark to light to dark. And I'm gonna point it out to you from left to right. Okay, I want light, dark, and then, well, this, I would need some light right here. And this is gonna make a much more pleasing painting to the eye by focusing on these kind of things. Let me show you just a little bit more blending here. I'm trying to get, I know I'm working really fast because I don't want y'all to get bored. But basically what I'm doing is, let me talk you through it again. Okay, so I'm going light, dark, light, dark, light, dark, light, dark. Anywhere there's light, I want a dark next to it. Anywhere there's dark, I want a light next to it. Okay, it doesn't always have to be like that, but you can tell when you look at a painting when things are getting like they're drowning, like you can't see what you want to be the focus of the painting. It just kind of gets hidden in the painting without you really wanting it to be hidden. You want it to pop, you want it to stand out. So when you want it to stand out, you really have to play with those lights and darks. Like I said, those values, okay? Those values are super, super important. I'm going to see what that does. I don't think that's going to do very well. I added some yellow in it. I'm going to start coming down here. And I'm going to change this up with, I want to go more of like a brown. So I can grab some burnt umber or something like that, or I can just try to use the colors that I have on my palette and make a brown by mixing red, yellow, and blue together. A bit more of that. And come down here with that color. Kind of, I guess maybe I should try to go more of a gray, huh? I'm just making a color work here to come on in. Okay, so right now it's just a solid kind of like a grayish orangish color, but let's go ahead and make some of these lights and some of these darks work. I'm going to clean my paintbrush off, and we're going to add a little bit of fun to this. Maybe it's not a part of the original color scheme that we're going with, but I want to add some orange because I love the orange touch in a painting. So I'm going to work on my values. I am going to make it kind of like a medium value. Okay, and I'm going to use those medium values down here. to just make some pretty colors that work well with the colors that I have. Maybe I even add a little bit right in here. And I'm going to make my stems again. Okay, that's a start. And now I'm going to focus on getting just my little areas right in here to be a little darker. So I went into the black this time. And I'm not going solid black. I'm using just a little bit of that mixture of the red, that kind of like neutral gray color. And then I'm going to go back to my greens and I'm going to play with my pears again. And I'm going to start adding, that's a little bit too bright. I'm going to start adding some shading to my pears in there. See, I'm working layer after layer after layer. So I'm trying to work the middle of the pears. I'm trying to work like a medium value. Okay, I didn't go super dark, but I didn't go super light. And so I'm thinking I need to make the left side a little bit darker. So I'm gonna add a little bit of, that's too much red. Need more of a green color. So let's see if that's not gonna work. Let's see, yeah, that works a little bit better. I'm gonna make this a little bit darker. It doesn't matter if you use green or purple or, we discussed that already one time. I kind of like the way that looks. And you know what? I'm even gonna add a teeny bit of purple. Let me clean my paintbrush off. I'm gonna add a teeny bit of that purple. I need to make some more purple. I ran out. Make it a little bit lighter, so I'm gonna add a little bit of white to it. Just gonna add a little bit of that purple down here to just kind of help blend it all together. And so it's not like, oh, I just have purple up here and I just have orange down here. You want your eyes to work better. I hear somebody yelling out there. I think he's yelling, he's talking to the neighbors. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of purple right in that medium area. Okay, so you can see I have a splash of orange down here. I have a splash of orange in my pears. I have a splash of orange up here. And not only that, y'all, I'm gonna make that bright yellow, that bright lime green. I'm gonna make it even brighter. And I'm gonna add a little bit of some additional highlights. Charlie. No, Charlie. No, Charlie. Okay, let's add some of those. No, Charlie. Charlie, it's okay. Charlie. I'm gonna add some of those brights right a little bit in here. And I kind of like that. I feel like my purple is a little bit too just purple. So I'm gonna have a little bit of fun with my purple up there. And no, baby. Shh. I'm just going to. Now they both gonna start. I'm sorry, y'all. They're watching Michael outside talk to the neighbor. Just trying to add a little bit of fun and not have just like a solid purple going on. Stop. Well, they listen to me really well, don't they? All right, let's get teeny bit of black. I'm gonna work on the little, right there, the little edges where there's light, there's darker colors, like it's like a little shadow. You know what, I'm gonna switch brushes. We need to get like a liner brush for that kind of stuff. Let me see, here it is. I have my little liner brush. So now I'm gonna come in and just make some little details with a liner brush. All right, I'm gonna have this little area right here is gonna be darker. I'm actually using black because I think it'll look good. Right here, that's darker. Let's highlight the other side of the stem. I'm gonna make kind of like a dark orangey brown. So I'm mixing the red and the yellow with a little bitty teeny bit of blue. And it's gonna make almost like a rusty brown. I'm just gonna make that a little bit brighter. That's a pretty color. And now I'm gonna add more yellow to it. You know what? I think I want to add more white to it. I think the white will look better. There we go. Okay. Maybe do a little touch-ups around the edges to line them out a little. I'm just making some more of like a bright lime green. So I'm mixing my yellow and blue, and then I'm adding more yellow and some white to it. And I'm making like a brighter lime green. I'm just kind of fixing the edges. Let's go with a little bit of white right there. And I think I'm gonna say that. Let's see, okay. Let's add a little bit more vibrancy right in that kind of like that belly area. I see it now. I wasn't looking at it before. And I should probably use a larger paintbrush. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna go back to my larger paintbrush. Right in that belly area of the pear. I'm gonna pick that up and just swoosh right there. There we go. That's my last little piece that I'm adding, and I think I'm gonna call this one done. And I'm going to untape it. Look at those colors, how beautiful they are on here. And I'm going to untape this one. And there we go. We have our third piece that we have painted on our little mini. Those pears are looking great. Yeah, change the pears to be blue or something, you know, and try it and see how it works out. So it can really make a beautiful piece even if you don't use the same exact colors that I use. But if you focus on those darks, those lights, those darks, those lights, it's really going to pop. So I hope y'all enjoyed that one. Dee says, very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Sandy says, love your parents. Parents of pears. I actually called it pairs of pears. Like P-A-I-R-S, but I like parents of pears. That's pretty cool. And so I wanted to just take a moment with y'all. If y'all have just a moment, I'm just going to answer questions that any of y'all have. I don't know if you've seen that I opened my painting membership up, and until 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, there's a sale on either the mini Traub or the Traub painting memberships. Normally, and let me explain to you the difference between the two. I'm loving this painting right here as I'm looking at it. So normally the mini Traub is one live painting a month in a private Facebook group. We do one painting a month. And the painting that we do in the mini Traub is one of the 4 paintings a month that we do in the Traub. Okay, I'm trying to change the name of the group. Instead of calling it a tribe, I'm trying to call it my den members. Okay, because this is my den. So I'm trying to call it Jen's mini den. So you may have seen that I've kind of started changing the name. I'm transitioning to the new name. It's not there yet. So Jen's mini den, you are a mini den member if you paint with us once a month, and you are in Jen's den if you paint with us 4 times a month, or basically once a week. So they are 2 separate groups. The Facebook groups are 2 separate groups. They do not communicate with one another. The mini den members communicate with the mini den members. The Traub members or the den members communicate with the den members only. The mini den, we have about 110 in there, and the den, the large group, the VIP group, we have about 420 in there. Okay, so I just wanted to explain those two. My most popular group, of course, is the one where we paint together every week. Okay, the den. All right, that's my VIP group. Normally it is $35 a month for that one, and the mini den is $19 a month for that one. Okay, but I'm running a 24-hour special. I started it this morning, and I took off like 40% of each one. So it's the first month for the mini den is $13, and then $19 every month after that. Or if you join the VIP group, it's $20 for the first month and then $35 after that. Okay. But here's the catch that I want you to understand. I only launch like every 5 months. Okay. I only open the doors every 5 months or so, every 4 to 5 to 6 months, depending on what's going on in our life at the time. But if you get in and you're not sure if you want to be a VIP member, but you want to do just the mini den, once you're in, you can move from the higher level to the lower level. Once you're in and you're a member, you don't have to wait for the launch. You're just in, and all you have to do is change your plan. You can change your plan to the mini den, or you can go back up to the Traub or the den. I know it's going to be hard for me to remember to say that. Or you may want to start paying for an annual subscription instead of just the monthly subscription. You can also do that. You can upgrade to do that as well. So I just wanted to let you know that that special is going on. Not only that, if you are a member to the VIP group, we're going to be doing a pop-up paint party at the end of June. I haven't even started advertising for this. This is going to be it. This is basically like a bonus painting. Anytime I do pop-up paint parties, the way that the pop-up paint party works is you do not have to be a member of any of my groups. You can just come paint with us for a small one-time fee, and you paint with us for like 3 or 4 days in a separate Facebook group, and you just have fun with us for that one little party, and then you go about your business and you don't have to be in a membership. Okay, that's what a pop-up paint party is. A pop-up paint party happens about every 2 or 3 months. I'll do a pop-up paint party. Sometimes they're $10, sometimes they're $15. It just depends on the level of the painting. And I find that the people who pay $10 don't take it as serious as the people who pay $15 or $20, depending on what we're doing. So I'm sure that you notice that my paintings are not your typical just a little whimsical, let's just have a little 45-minute paint party type thing. They actually take some skill to be able to accomplish. And so I do want to let you know that in our tribe, in our group, we have over 250 tutorials, painting tutorials. Some of them are, we have 3 different levels. We have a level 1, a level 2, and a level 3. Some of them are level 1s, which are basically your simple paintings. They're not going to be hard at all. Basically, I would say the ones that we've been doing here are about level 2s. Okay, they're about level 2s. So there are some easier paintings in our membership, and there's also some harder paintings in our membership. This would probably be a level 3. Okay, that would probably be a level 3. We did one in the tribe the other day, and they were saying, oh, this is probably at the top of the level 3 list because there were so many straight lines. It actually took us 3 hours to do that one. Sometimes we just do small paintings. Sometimes we do, I don't have a lot of my paintings in here. Sometimes we do little things like this. Sometimes we do this. This only took us an hour. And it's actually 2 little shelf sitters, and we put it together and we made a little butterfly. So sometimes we do simple things like that. And sometimes I try to make it to where each month we do a level 1, a level 2, and a level 3. We have all the different levels for all of the different people that are in it. Paula, if you are level 1 and you want to paint level 3, then this is the place for you, because we have members in here who started at level 1, and they will post their paintings and they will say, I just painted a level 3. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did this. So yeah, if you join, will you get alerts? Yes, we have a text message system for our members. And you can cancel at any time, okay? You can cancel at any time. 2 different ways to cancel. I show you step by step. There's a video once you sign up how to find your account page, and you can just hit the cancel button. Or if you can't find the cancel button and you just don't know how to do it, you can email Cindy, my virtual assistant. Y'all will love Cindy. She's one of our members. You see her name show up here, Cindy Franklin. And you can email her at support@jensdenart.com. Here's Miss Cindy. And Cindy says she'll post the link to the den. Thank you, Miss Cindy. And Cindy will help you. She'll actually cancel for you, and she'll send you an email telling you that you were canceled if you want to cancel. There's no obligations except if you join for the annual subscription. The annual subscription is on sale right now for $325 a year. That's for the VIP group. I do not have an annual subscription for the mini. The mini is only $19 a month, and that's it. So it's just a monthly plan. What else? Will sketch paper work? Absolutely. Sketch paper will work. We all love Cindy. Yes, it is very easy to make changes to the membership once you're in. So I just wanted to let you know, we are going to be the tribe and the mini tribe, or the Jen's Den and Jen's Mini Den, are going to be open until our last day of the Acrylic 101 course. So if you want to wait and you don't want to get the special that I'm running right now, it's okay. You will still have the opportunity to join up until June 20th. And not only that, this Acrylic 101 10-day challenge, all of these videos are being dumped into the mini den and the den. Okay, so if you join, you get free access to the 10-day challenge for as long as you are a member. In the den, in the VIP group, not only do we have this 10-day challenge that we're working on, but we also have a 30-day challenge that we did 2 years ago that's in that group. I have an online classroom, which I'm going to show you all tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to come on. I think I'm going to do it tomorrow. It depends on, I think Michael has plans for us. I might need to change that. But I am going to show you what the tribe library looks like, and where all of the tutorials are and how to use it and all that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to let you know that that's going on, because it's something really special to my heart to have this opportunity to share the love of art with all of you and to make the friends that we have made in this membership. I have a little story to tell you. One of the members is her husband just passed away from colon cancer. He was 58 years old, and they are from Louisiana, and I met her through my membership. Her name is Kelly Boyd Coker, and she's been with us for a couple of years now, and we've been praying for her husband, and unfortunately he passed away. He battled cancer for almost 2 years. And I went to her house. Michael and I went to her house. We drove to her house, which is about 2.5 hours away, to see her. And her and I have become the best of friends. And she's probably one of my closest friends now because of all of this. So there's some connections that you make that you don't even realize that are out there that you make from this community. And we have a lot of stories to share like that have happened in our membership. So yeah, we just wanted to let you know that that's out there. No obligations at all. This is only day 5. We still have 5 more days to go in our free Acrylic 101 10-day challenge. So I hope you will come back tomorrow and join us for some more fun. Oh, somebody must have asked about the mini tribe. So the mini tribe, you get the last 2 years worth of the mini tribe paintings. So there's always 24 paintings in there. There's always the last 24 months of paintings in there. Okay. And yes, thank you for praying for Kelly. Yes, when a new one comes in, the old one at the end rolls off. That's exactly right. Yes. Thank you, Miss Cindy, for answering that. So I just want to thank y'all. I'm looking to see if there's any more questions. Pop-up party, how long will the Facebook group stay up? Oh yeah, great question. In the pop-up parties, you get to stay in the group as long as you want. You have lifetime access when you do the pop-up paint parties. So yeah. And I don't have any bonuses to give when people sign up, like free tutorials, because I don't have any extra tutorials. Like everything that I teach goes in the VIP group. I'm not holding anything back from people who are in my den membership. They get everything. They get everything that I've ever taught. Okay, so there's no like extra stuff that a den member would need to purchase separately, because everything's already in there and you have access to everything. We do framing videos, how to make a palette board. Oh gosh, we do a lot, but it's all acrylic painting. We don't do mixed media. We don't do watercolor. We use acrylic paints to do watercolor sometimes on watercolor paper, but we're still using acrylic paints. Okay, but everything is acrylics. We paint on canvases. We paint on wood. We paint on MDF. Sometimes we paint on old cabinet doors. We paint on I have one right now, an old saw that we're going to paint on. We paint on a lot of different things. So anyway, I am going to let you go. When will the pop-up paint party will start on the 28th of June is when we're going to do the pop-up paint party. I'm sorry. I need to sit down and figure it out. I don't know exactly yet. When is the launch over? The launch is over on the 20th, so it's going to start on probably sometime around the 28th of June. But if you're a member of the mini den, you get 50% off of the pop-up paint party. If you're a member of the den, you get the pop-up paint party for free. It's just an additional bonus for being a den mem. If you're a den mem, you get whatever I have. You have free reigns to all of it for that monthly rate. So anyway, can you do last day of June? I might have to. I'm gonna have to sit down and figure it out, but it's gonna be right at the end of June. Yeah, I'm gonna figure that out tomorrow. So what else? Anybody else? Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Thank you, Sandy, for being so sweet and being here. I'm glad that y'all have all come, and I think I am done for the day, and I'm loving my paintings I have right here. I hope y'all have a great night, and we will see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Bye.